I know this is really lazy, doing a car vlog. But in the interest of time, we're gonna do a car vlog. So, I told you that I would share with you the skincare I'm using now. And I'll link it all in the description box. Or insert a picture or something, since I didn't bring them with me, of course. I had to buy a skincare kit for my class, and it's Dermalogica. And it's got some regular retail stuff in it, and then it has some pro products in it. What I'm using is, first of all, at night to take my makeup off, the Precleanse. It's awesome. Love it. Pat loves it too. When I give him a facial, the fragrance of it is really nice. Very spa-like. Then I use the Ultra Calming Cleanser. This is just the stuff that came in it. So I'm just, I'm just using it. And then if I decide that I need to get something that's more appropriate for my skin or add to it, I will. But at this point, this is what I'm using. So the Ultra Calming Cleanser, it's from their Ultra Calming line. Then, and sometimes I incorporate the rotating brush with the second cleanse. I use their, I think it's called the Active Moist Toner. I will confirm each product I'm telling you about when I edit. Then I use, I think it's called the Active Moisturizer. I think they're both Active Moist. And then I put from the Age Smart line, Super Vitamin Moist Mask. I don't know. I'll put a picture of it right there. I layer that over the top and then I sleep in it. That's not what it's for. It's a 10-minute mask. But I sleep in it. Then in the morning, if I'm going to put makeup on, if I'm going to go somewhere, I do the double cleanse again, use the Active Moist, and then my primer, and then my foundation. And my primer I'm using right now is the Victoria Beckham. And the foundation that I'm using right now is the Chanel Matte Velvet. And I'm currently using Tom Ford Mascara, and I'm digging it. There's a daily Microfoliant that came in the kit, and I don't use it daily. I use it occasionally, like maybe once a week. Well, because I pulled out the rotating brush, the Rotary Brush, because we talked about it in class. In the past, I have not liked it. I felt like it irritated my skin, and after it being demoed and discussing the amount of pressure, no pressure at all, you just let it glide across the surface of the skin, and and it stays in one section of your skin 2 to 3 seconds, and you do up to 3 passes, which is probably what I do. So I've been using that, so I haven't been using the Microfoliant. But the Microfoliant is kind of like the Tatcha rice powder. I didn't use, the one time that I've used that, I don't think I used it correctly either. You're supposed to add enough water into your hand and keep mixing it until you don't feel the grit. So anyway, so the daily Microfoliant is for all skin types, and you should be able to use it every day. And it does feel nice, and it doesn't strip my skin. That's another thing about their products, is everything is geared towards not compromising your barrier, which is when you start running into problems with dehydration from transepidermal water loss and, you know, irritation and that sort of thing. So their products are geared to not compromise that natural barrier, by overstripping the skin or whatever. Pat and I used it comes in ampules, and I think it's only a pro product, and it's an exfoliant, maybe called Superfoliant, but I'll put a picture of it right here. You probably can get it, even though they call it a pro product. I bet some of you probably have access to it. Anyway, I did not use the whole vial. If you use the whole vial, you use it on your face, neck, décolleté. I only used it on my face because my neck is finally not irritated, and I didn't want to get all French pastry and get my neck irritated again. Anyway, so I used half the vial on, so you use half a vial if you're only going to use it on your face. So I used half a vial on my face, and if you have thin, sensitive skin, which I thought I did, you leave it on 2 to 3 minutes, and you can leave it on up to 10 minutes, I think. So the first time they used it on me, I think they may have left it on me 10 minutes. We used it in class, and the girl that I teamed up with, when she was doing my facial, she used that product on me, and I was pleasantly surprised. I made the assumption when I saw it that it would be too harsh for me, and that I would have an adverse reaction and be so sorry if I used it. Well, they used it on me in class, and the instructor was supervising, so I felt confident that I would be okay. And if there was an adverse reaction, the instructor could fix it or make me recover quickly. So I ended up loving it. My skin was radiant afterwards. It felt so smooth, and you can see it now. So today, it'd been over a week and a half since I did that. So I decided to do it again this morning, and I used half of it on me and half of it on Pat. And you cleanse your face, you do the Dermalogica double cleanse, then you apply the exfoliant that comes in the ampule, and I can't tell you the name right now. It's from the Age Smart line, and I think they said it was a pro product. Anyway, so we both left it on for the full 10 minutes. And you're supposed to have, when you apply it to a client, you ask them on a scale from 1 to 10, what's the discomfort, what's the tingling factor. And Pat and I both felt like it only reached a 2 at the max. And so we both kept it on, and it didn't, actually, I did notice it started tingling again when I added water to take it off. But anyway, you do a double cleanse afterwards to get all traces of it off. And then I followed with my mist, my toner. And the toner is not, their toners are not a pH balancing toner, because you don't need it because their skincare doesn't throw the pH off in your skin. But it has, you know, vitamins and hydrating properties to it. And you can use it throughout the day over the top of your makeup. And it helps the moisturizer that you put on over it penetrate. So yeah, so then I used my toner after I double cleansed my exfoliant off. I didn't have time to do a moisture mask or anything because I needed to get cracking, get my hair washed and such. And then used the Active Moist Moisturizer, Victoria Beckham, like I said. Pat was super pleased. That was the first time we'd used that exfoliator on him. And I said, how does your face feel? And he says, it feels really smooth. So anyway, that's the skincare that I'm using. Y'all wanted to know about the look I had on in my last video. It was that Milani. You know, I just put it on. Nothing, no spectacular creative application. Just darken the crease in the outer corners, and the one that's the title of the video is Greetings, was that Milani palette. Anyway, you know, darken the crease, darken the outer corners, dark, you know, smudged underneath the bottom lashes and some of the frosty ones on my lid. Nothing. I may have used the Torch pencil, which is kind of orangey, in my waterline for that video. I probably will not get around to doing a makeup video. And then today I have on Blew You Away by Morphe. Why did I go with this one? Because it was the one sitting out on my vanity. So Pat has been home most of last week and most of this week. Today's Thursday. And we each had one appointment that required us leaving the house. Speaking of which, the storm was last night, Elsa. Actually, it was all night, because the lightning and booming thunder woke up Taco, and he was being a fraidy cat, and, you know, digging around. I guess he's trying to hide from the storm. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, he was digging and acting a fool. So I just grabbed my pillows and my blanket and left the bedroom and shut the bedroom door so he couldn't come with me, and went to Patrick's room. Patrick is not here. I'm not sure where he is. He may be in Edisto. I think their next stop was Dominican. Anyway, so I went and slept in Patrick's bed, and when I got up, the bedroom door was open, and Taco's blankets were out in the middle of the floor. So I guess Taco, he has a new thing. He doesn't like any doors shut. Like if we go outside, he wants the doors left open so he can monitor our whereabouts. He doesn't necessarily want to come out there with us, but should he decide that he wants to come out, he wants the door left open. And earlier in the summer, we just went ahead and cooled the outdoors. But now that we've had so much rain, we have a lot of flies. And so the door being open is not optimal. Where I was going with that is, I guess Taco was not going to allow Pat to leave the bedroom door shut so that I could, because I'm still getting up at like 4. I bet I just splashed a bunch of salt water on my car. So I was up at 4 moving around, and I thought I shut that door. So I went over and shut the door again. Came back out into the main area again. Their door was open again. So evidently Taco was scratching on the door. He wasn't out in the den. I guess he was in the bedroom. But he wanted the option of coming out of the bedroom. The hardship of the storm for us. It blew some of the leaves out of our trees. We had some green leaves blowing around the yard. I think some dead branches, you know, not big branches, blew out of some trees. We had a bunch of trees taken down, so we didn't have to worry about anything. You remember we had trees taken down to get our new roof. It's still really threatening looking. I'm going to be late for my appointment. These people need to move it along. Pat and I, I had this big break before I have to go back to my classes. And it's been right here around our wedding anniversary. We've just eaten out some. Not a lot, but some. And we ate at a new Mexican place that I'd never been before called Sanitas. It was yummy. Truly unexpected. Pleasantly surprised with the quality of the